AITA for not being able to invite my best friend to my daughter's first birthday? My 25 male daughter's first birthday is on Saturday and my husband, 27 male, and I are throwing a big party for her. My best friend, 25 male, will also be 1 year sober on the same day. When my daughter was born via surrogate, my best friend came to the hospital to see her and my husband, and I decided that if he wanted to see our daughter, he had to get clean. That also meant that he could no longer stay at our house, which he did so very often. So before he came in, I went out and told him he had to get clean before he ever came face to face with her. And since that, he turned his whole life around. My friend and I grew up in foster care together and started using drugs from a young age. We were even homeless together. I got sober when I met my husband at 21, and I tried to encourage my friend to get sober with me, and he did, but he eventually relapsed. I've also become my friend's sponsor. I started talking to my husband that my best friend is really excited to come to the party and how he has a nice gift for her, a nice outfit picked out for the day, and is beyond excited to finally meet her. He's only met her through FaceTime. And that I'm excited because I get to celebrate my daughter's 5th birthday and my friend's 1 year mark on the same day. He tells me that he really doesn't think that my friend should be around our daughter just yet, even with being a year sober. He says he could still have wild behavior. It breaks my heart, especially because he's been looking forward to this for a while, and my husband said a few weeks ago that it was okay if my friend came. I hurts telling him that he can no longer come, but promised to FaceTime him from the party. He's upset, but he understands my husband's decision. I feel like an asshole because he's been looking forward to this forever, and I can't even celebrate his 1 year mark with him. I'm so proud of him, and coming to this party was a real reward for him. And getting to stay in my house was something he really looked forward to because he feels a part of my family. I know it wasn't my decision to not let him come, but I still feel horrible. So AITA? YTA. A year of recovery isn't enough? You can't dangle something so important in front of your friend and then take it back. Especially when he's met the standard y'all set. Also, I think your husband might be jealous of the relationship you have with your best friend, given that hubby seems to be the one pushing the no-visit thing even after a year of sobriety. A year is a big deal and quite an effort. I'd ask your husband to reconsider. This is the time your friend will finally have benefits for his good actions. Taking it away makes it seem like it'll never be good enough. ETA clear judgment. YTA. Yes. 100%. You are absolutely, irrefutably the asshole, and your husband is even more so. Your best friend hit rock bottom the moment he realized his addiction would keep him from having a relationship with your child, who he probably sees as a nibbling. He pulled himself out of that toxic spiral, worked hard to work through his addiction, and got sober. And that isn't enough for you or for your partner. Your partner doesn't like your best friend. This isn't about safety. This isn't about wild behavior. Your partner is happy to have an excuse to why he cannot be there. When will his sobriety be enough? 2 years? 3? 10? You are a terrible friend and an absolute asshole. I have been ashamed for so many people on this Reddit, but never quite as much as I am right now of you. YTA. And so is your husband. You asked your friend to get sober for your daughter. He did. He deserves the chance to be there. It's her first birthday and his year of sobriety. It isn't like he'll be alone with her. If there is any strange behavior from him, y'all can shut it down and baby won't even know what's going on. Your husband needs to give him a chance. And you shouldn't move the goalposts. YTA. This sounds like a jealousy power trip by your husband. The carrot will continue to get moved in the future. Trust me on this. AITA did what y'all said he needed to do. Period. 1 year is a long time and he's proven himself, and y'all are trash for not letting him show up when he's so excited. YTA. You could have invited him and instead let your husband ban him despite your best friend doing exactly what was expected of him. It isn't going to end. Next year it will be 2 years isn't long enough. Or at Christmas it will be, well, 20 months isn't long enough. This is about control, not your husband thinking he has wild behavior. It's also 2 days before the party and the invitation was already given. The money was already spent on a gift and a new outfit, and your husband feels the need to pull the rug now? Again, it's about control. I suspect if you had an issue with one of his friends or one of the members of his family, he would not allow you to ban them. Your husband is the ass. YTA for going along with him. A year sober is an amazing accomplishment. I'm guessing that nothing your friend can do will be enough for your husband. Perhaps some jealousy there? YTA because you should be fighting for your friend. He met all the requirements you and your husband set out for him. And you all moved the goalposts. YTA. But your husband more so. What's to keep him from continuing to move the goalposts? A boundary of not leaving him alone with your daughter would have been more reasonable. YTA. He held up his end. You didn't. YTA. Are you channeling Carol Brady? This isn't your husband's decision to make all by himself. YTA. The counterproductive for a recovering addict. It's a big accomplishment being 1 year sober. I have a sibling who is a recovered addict, and the support from family and friends is what got him through. He sees you as family and your support means everything to him. Honestly, I believe this is something you should really put your foot down with your husband. If it causes a rift between your marriage, your husband is not the right person for you. You know as a recovering addict yourself how important the first year is. Talk to your husband. Except for your friend. As someone who has been around recovering addicts a lot, I know that ultimatums like that rarely work. No one gets clean unless they want to get clean. This man turned his life around the moment you said he needed to be clean to meet your child. To me, that is a sign that this man is dedicated to being in your child's life and supporting you as a father. If you are as close as you say, you should be supporting his path to sobriety as well. I understand your husband's concern. However, I feel he is taking it too far. 1 year is a huge accomplishment. Just 1 month is big for someone in recovery. If your husband said that your friend could come before, I think you should hold him to his word and consider how damaging it could be to promise your friend he could come and then rip it away. Info. As his sponsor, you must have been in contact with him often over the last year. Has he displayed any erratic behavior to you recently? Edit for spelling. YTA. It is your decision to let him come. Does your husband have final veto power over everything? Your friend sounds a lot like family, and frankly it's alarming your husband wants to isolate you in this way. Also, it's been a year. What erratic behavior could your friend possibly exhibit? You should absolutely stand up to your husband on this issue. Because if not, it will set a precedent for next year and the year after that. Info. What exactly is the criteria your friend has to meet to be able to meet your kid? It would help if we knew what milestone he has to hit to prove himself worthy, safe to meet her. I get the feeling your husband will always have an excuse not to have your friend around. He's being terribly judgmental. If your friend has been clean for a year, I highly doubt any wild behavior will be taking place. Revisit this with your husband and stand up for your friend. If you don't, YTA. He's worked hard to get sober and deserves to meet your daughter and reconnect with your family. What the hell does your husband think happened at a 1-year-old party? Lines of cocaine, body shots, and keg stands? YTA. And I'd hate to be your best friend if you can't stand up for him after all you both have been through and for being sober for 1 year. YTA. Why does his no mean more than your yes? You already invited your friend. He already met the requirements you laid out. Stand up for your friend. Period.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.